Arsenal last preparations for Crystal Palace have been captured, and we're obviously going to bring them to you here onto the Rokani Media Football. Remember, the last time Arsenal went ahead to play in the Premier League, they lost away to Fulham by 2-1. And remember, the previous two games they've gone ahead to play in the London Derby. That is against West Ham. They lost to it 2-0 and 2-1 to Fulham. Is it something hard for Arsenal to really get a win at Emirates as far as playing the teams in London are really concerned? Welcome to this channel. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And you're going to bring you exactly what Mikel Arteta had to say about their trip to Dubai and how it's going to help them as players to get the relief from the two losses they're going to have to get, all 3 consecutive losses. And he also talked about what did he talk about? Let me check here. He had lots of things to talk about. Also went ahead to talk about the defeats that Arsenal have been really encountering in the previous 7 fixtures, where they've gone ahead to win, I think, only 1, and they've gone ahead to draw, I think, twice, lost 3 times in there for you. We thank God for the gift of life in my country. It's already another day. It's the 20th of January, and hope you guys are really ready to obviously take us to where we deserve to be. And let's obviously start it off with the latest news and information as far as this channel is concerned. And you know what it means to bring in stories. Mikel Arteta was asked on how the trip to Dubai went. He said it was great. It was a phenomenal camp in every sense. We worked really hard on things that we wanted to do, and we recharged our batteries. The context and the change in the environment in beautiful weather helped. So that is none other than the manager, Mikel Arteta, confirming to us that everything really went ahead to happen in the best way possible. And I'm going to see the changes that he really wanted to comment on. That is today. You know, at exactly 15:30 hours, Arsenal is going to be taking on the side of Crystal Palace at the Emirates, and it shows you exactly that we should keep our eyes onto the way Arsenal is going to play, because Saka is not delivering enough comparing to what he delivered last season. Martinelli isn't. You know, those players really went ahead to score very many goals for the side of Arsenal, and it looks like they're really off the grid of what they did last season, and it is really very, very painful. So I wait to see how that went ahead to obviously impact onto the game of Arsenal, and I want to see lots of things change. And if at all I don't see anything changing, then I'll come here in the match reaction and slate Mikel Arteta for taking us the ride. That is it. Then he also went ahead to say the following, that the defeats that Arsenal have gone ahead to be really going on, 3 losses in a row. He said a lot of times it's not what you have to do, it's just looking around and seeing how people behave. When I say that I love my job so much, it's because I love so much the people that I have next to me, that they are with me every day. So the defeats were really very annoying for Mikel Arteta, and I don't think that he's really ready to obviously be okay with any defeat that is gonna come on against his side. He wants his side obviously come up and really give Arsenal the best that they deserve, and he really believes that it is what it's all about, and he wants them to act to see to it that everything really goes on to the best direction. So let's go into what the Arsenal players, or how Arsenal players really looked like after returning back from Dubai. Remember, they were last in Dubai on Tuesday, and ever since the return to the London Colony, you hadn't gone ahead to get any photos or footage about them training. And today, obviously, the website of Arsenal has gone ahead to provide us with some, and we decided to come in through and obviously show this to you. This is Benjamin White, yeah? One of the players that I believe is really not fit to play as the right back. Should be competing with William Saliba for that central defense position, and I think it's one of those that Arsenal should go ahead and really change. Then Odegaard, Reece Nelson also smiles, and he's the captain. And when you see a smile onto the face of Reece Nelson, you obviously get to understand that it's one of those moments that you think he's okay at Arsenal, but when you relate to the lack of game time at Arsenal, you also get to know that maybe he's just smiling for the camera, but he's not okay. But Martin Odegaard, by the time Arsenal went ahead to obviously go for the break, he was really getting where we all knew him at last season. Bukayo Saka, shirt number 7 for Arsenal, coming in through to train at London Conley ahead of the game of Crystal Palace. And he is really looking tired, and we want to see how this rest is going to hit to impact his game at London Conley. Then Declan Rice and Benjamin White. Declan Rice, very, very talented player. This week he made 25 years of age, and I think it will be very instrumental for him to lead Arsenal to a long weighted success, because they've gonna hit to lose very many games. It was rare around this period last season for Arsenal to drop a point, you know. But this time around, they've gonna hit to lose very many points, something that Arsenal fans should obviously get to know that it's really, really, really not called for. So after that, we are gonna go in for Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta issuing instructions at the training ground of London Conley to the players of Arsenal, and he was obviously trying to direct a certain player. Then this is Martinelli Jesus, obviously going in for the dribbles and the triangles that were being put up by the manager, and Martinelli in this special case should obviously rise up. If Arsenal is to get something, Bukayo Saka and Martinelli should find themselves back to the levels they were playing last season at. So Martinelli should obviously work out hard. Gabriel Jesus is really one of those that is really back in training, and we expect him to really have a very good go at Crystal Palace. Leandro Trossard, Odegaard behind, and Kai Havertz. Obviously Trossard looking on, and he's really having a very happy time at Arsenal because everything is going on as to planned, because he was at Brighton and now is playing for Arsenal, a title contending team. Isn't that a big plus? Martinelli looks like we're celebrating, and he should find his foot back. That is it. He doesn't have his scoring boots anymore. He should find them, especially against Crystal Palace. You start off the new year with a lot of vibe and pride. Then Nketiah and Reece Nelson. For Eddie Nketiah, I think he's just that kind of player who loves to be at Arsenal, and the limited playing time he's really getting, I think it's really doing enough for him. But I think when Arsenal bring in a third striker, he'll obviously look for the exit door, you know. But I anticipate that he's going to be one of the players that is going to start in the game of Crystal Palace, as Gabriel Jesus will be coming off the bench. Arteta obviously having a chat with the players during the training session as they prepared for the game of Crystal Palace. Very pivotal game, and they need to obviously put in a required shift. This is Gabriel Martinelli obviously facing, I think this is David Raya in training, and he needs to obviously sharpen his in front of goal execution. It's really very important for him to stop being selfish and make a very good decision afterwards. Jesus in particular, coming in through from an injury that was really small, trained for 2 weeks, rested for like 3.5 weeks. I think a lot is really up for him to grab into the game of Crystal Palace. I see him being on the score sheet, and I know he's going to silence those haters. The problem is Arsenal don't create very many chances for their number 9, and all they need is to see to it that they get themselves scoring goals. And Jesus is one of those players that works hard a lot. Then Arteta, again, trying to really go hard at his players in the last training sessions. Remember, in the last training sessions, they obviously go in for free kicks, patterns, you know, duels, you know, how they are going to defend, how they're obviously going to beat the line of Crystal Palace. That's what they do in training sessions. This is Martin Odegaard and Gabriel Magalhaes. You get, during the training session. Rest Nelson coming in through to obviously represent to the fullest. Man who extended his contract during last summer, and he has not gone ahead to get ample playing time like he deserves. And this is the central defense partnership of Arsenal, Gabriel Magalhaes and Saliba William. Very important to note that these two players have gone ahead to form one of the best central defense partnerships in the league and in the world. Arteta again trying to really talk to his players, and this is Declan Rice. Obviously was like trying to take a set piece and really find the best way. Nicolas Jova, the set piece coach of Arsenal, was obviously telling him to do. And Bukayo Saka was also really taking those set pieces in perfect positions to obviously score those goals. You remember that Arsenal have been getting very many set pieces, but they've been rarely scoring any of those. That is Bukayo Saka for you. And I think this is the winning team of the day. Jorginho, Cedric Soares, who is rumored to move to Besiktas down in Turkey, Martinelli, Gabriel Magalhaes, and Declan Rice. Looks like they were the winning team of the day. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Tell me your thoughts about Arsenal last preparations versus Crystal Palace in the comment section below. Rokani David remains my name, and may the living to God bless you abundantly. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Bye bye.